We move to Saturday, December 28th. This is the Fenway Bowl, Fenway Pack there in Boston. UConn and North Carolina. We've got North Carolina 2.5-point favorites, 54.5 the total in this game. This opened at North Carolina 5.5 all the way down to 2.5 here in this game. And obviously the firing of Mac Brown. He's not around. Freddie Kitchens is going to be the interim head coach, the tight end coach, and he's likely not going to stick around when now that Chapel Bill has taken over as the head coach, Bill Belichick, of course, as head coach, and that's caused a lot of transfer portal movement. You've got multiple starting O-linemen out in the transfer portal, a couple other starters on the defensive side of the football. Omarion Hampton has declared for the NFL draft. That puts his status in this game in doubt, and of course, he's the great starting running back for them. Rucker, one of their the pass rushers, also likely going to be opting out for this game. So there's a lot of opt-outs here for North Carolina, and there's just so many moving parts, right? Mac Brown is fired, a makeshift interim coaching staff who are not going to be retained by Bill Belichick, who wants his guys in there, on the coaching staff now that he's been hired. This is just a complete bet against situation. It's just a question of, do you still want to take UConn at a worse number? Because this has moved a little bit. I think they can win the game outright. I just don't know where the enthusiasm is going to be for North Carolina. Not to mention they continue to be, a team that down the stretch they had that little resurgence, North Carolina, for just a few games there, and one of them was against that horrific Florida State team where they won big. But once again down the stretch, the defensive issues started to come back to the forefront again for North Carolina. I know Criswell, the quarterback, showed some capability at times, but you talk about an old coaching staff out, a new one coming in. You got a makeshift interim staff that's coaching this bowl game that knows they're probably not going to be around. They're not focused on prepping for UConn. They're focused on their next job. Where are we going to go? Who's going to give us our next job opportunity? More so than getting North Carolina prepared to play a bowl game here against UConn. So 0-3 against the spread down the stretch. Like I said, the North Carolina defense started to collapse again. Now, it was against UMass, but Joe Fagnano and the UConn quarterback, Cam Edwards, running the ball along with Darrell Robinson and the receiving game. All of a sudden, they got some passing game going as well. Now, again, it was a UMass, but for a UConn team that's been kind of erratic offensively, that's a positive sign going into the bowl game that they finally got the offense going a little bit. I understand completely why the money's just poured in here on the Huskies. Certainly at 5.5, if you got that, it's a great number. I still think as far as motivation goes, UConn's excited to be bowling, given where their program is at. And for North Carolina, so many musical chairs, so many moving parts that you just wonder if there's any lick of focus and intensity and excitement for this game with everything that's going on, including, of course, bringing in Belichick and his cronies. So this is UConn or pass for me, even though the number's already moved. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, it does. Still, I think it's fine. Vivano. I mean, if you got that, yeah, great job. This line should be flipped. Like, if you want North Carolina money, they should be catching. I mean, UConn, this team is pretty solid. They're not great. They went 8-4. They covered some numbers. That last game at UMass, the offense looked good. The defense gave us some points, but that's why I like them here.
They were very good against Syracuse. Very competitive against Syracuse. I remember that game. Only lost by 7.
Yeah, I mean, they beat Rice close, barely lost to Wake. I mean, they had some all right games. Lost a close game to Duke. They have the better defense, and you're going to tell me all these are going to play from everything I see. Just about everyone, and they're excited to be here. A team that has a better defense, has covered numbers against North Carolina with all the moving parts we talked about last week. Will Bill go there? He is there. Chapel Bill is. Can't believe he's a coach in college, but. Hey, he's got a college girlfriend. He wants to go back to college.
I really think that's why he's coaching college. He just wants the girlfriend to be happy, the little dime piece that he's got now to be happy.
She'll be cheering him on the sidelines. Better look out. All right, I'm not even going to say what I was going to say. Anyways, UConn here, baby. Take the 2.5. Just take the money line. I think they win outright. So much moving in and out. All these guys that are out. Criswell's a one positive, though, if he plays. Yep. Every which he is. That's at least he was staple there, played decent throughout the year. And some of the games I talked about, the Carolina defense look better at times. They're still soft though, and they'll get beat. They'll lose here.
Yeah, I mean, there's situationally, it lines up really nicely here for Jim Moore Jr. And his UConn Huskies. We'll see if it plays out that way on the field. All right.